Life is a journey filled with beauty, joy, and wonder, but it is also filled with challenges, hardships, and brutal realities that many try to avoid. Ancient wisdom from philosophers, sages, and spiritual leaders has stood the test of time, offering guidance on how to navigate these truths. The problem is, most people don't want to hear them. They prefer comfort over truth, illusion over reality. But if you want to live a life of wisdom, strength, and clarity, you must embrace these harsh truths rather than run from them. Today, we'll uncover 5 timeless lessons that many struggle to accept, but once you do, your life will never be the same. 1. No one is coming to save you. From a young age, many are conditioned to believe that someone will always be there to help parents, teachers, leaders, or even fate itself. But as life progresses, the reality becomes painfully clear. No one is coming to save you. The Stoics of ancient Rome emphasized self-reliance. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Buddhist teachings echo the same sentiment. The Buddha taught that liberation comes from within. Expecting others to solve your problems only leads to disappointment. This truth is difficult to accept because it forces responsibility upon you. It's easier to blame others, to wait for the perfect opportunity, to hope that life will magically change. But no one is coming to fix your problems, change your mindset, or create your success. That responsibility falls on you. Once this is accepted, a shift happens. Instead of waiting, you act. Instead of complaining, you adapt. Instead of feeling powerless, you realize your true strength. 2. Life is not fair, and it never will be. From childhood, people are taught the concept of fairness. Do good, and good things will happen. Work hard, and success will follow. Treat people well, and they will treat you well in return. But life does not follow these simple equations. The world is filled with injustice, randomness, and events beyond control. Some are born into privilege, others into poverty. Some work tirelessly and receive little, others inherit fortune without effort. The ancient Chinese philosophy of Tao embraces this chaos. The Tao Te Ching states, "The universe is not kind. It treats all things as straw dogs." This means nature does not play favorites, it simply is. The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu text, teaches a similar lesson. Focus on your duty, not the rewards. Attachments to outcomes lead to suffering. This truth is difficult because it clashes with human expectations. People seek fairness as if life owes them something. But life owes nothing. Accepting this brings freedom. Instead of resenting injustice, you learn to work with what you have. Instead of dwelling on misfortune, you adapt. 3. You will die, and you don't know when. Death is the great equalizer. No one escapes it. No one knows when it will come. Yet most people live as if they have endless time. The Stoics practice memento mori, remembering death to live more fully. Seneca, a Roman philosopher, wrote, "You are dying every day. The time that passes is no longer yours." The samurai of ancient Japan lived by Bushido, the way of the warrior. They meditated on death daily, not to be morbid, but to ensure they lived with purpose and without fear. Many avoid this truth because it is uncomfortable. Thinking about death forces one to question how they spend their time. Are they pursuing what truly matters? Are they wasting time on distractions, grudges, or meaningless pursuits? Acceptance of death does not bring despair, it brings clarity. If today were your last day, would you waste it in anger? If you had 1 week left, would you hesitate to follow your dreams? Time is the most precious resource. Those who truly understand death do not fear it, they use it as motivation to live fully. 4. You are not as important as you think. Everyone sees the world through their own eyes. They are the main character in their own story. But in the grand scheme of existence, each person is just a tiny part of a vast universe. Ancient wisdom reminds humanity of its insignificance. The Stoics believed in humility and detachment from ego. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Soon you will be forgotten, just as those before you were forgotten." The Taoists viewed life as a flowing river. Individual concerns, desires, and struggles are like ripples, temporary and fleeting. This truth is hard to accept because people want to feel special, unique, and irreplaceable, but the truth is liberating. If you are not the center of the universe, you are free from the burdens of constant self-importance. Worrying about what others think, seeking validation, or chasing an exaggerated sense of self leads to suffering. When you realize that life moves on with, or without you, you stop taking everything so personally. Rather than inflating importance, focus on meaning. Instead of chasing admiration, chase purpose. The less attached you are to your own ego, the freer you become. The path forward. These truths are not easy to accept. They go against comfort, illusion, and what many wish were true. But those who embrace them gain something far greater than temporary comfort. They gain wisdom. Realizing that no one is coming to save you pushes you to take responsibility. Understanding that life is not fair helps you navigate the world with resilience. Accepting death allows you to live more fully. Recognizing your insignificance frees you from unnecessary burdens. And knowing that happiness is not the default state helps you find peace in the present moment.